I'm not gentle with my camera. I get my camera wet, I drop it in snow, I rarely use a camera strap, and I just bring it along in all kinds of precarious situations. And yeah, it's an expensive tool, but it's just that, a tool. And I'd rather risk it to get the shot and have it do what it's supposed to do than baby it and miss out on an opportunity. It's that time of year. Look, new gear is fun, and I'll be the first to admit I love nerding out about specs on new gear and new cameras and stuff, but there's this weird culture surrounding photography gear. People almost idolize new cameras and lenses and dream about how much better their work could be if only they could have the new, latest, greatest lens. And I get it, especially in high school when I was just starting out, I was super into gear and I was really into what's the newest specs, what's the newest thing that's coming out, what does Canon just drop. But the more that I've got into shooting professionally and shooting for money, the less I've started to care about the gear itself. Now you're probably thinking, well, Will, that's easy for you to say, you have all this nice camera gear already. And that's a fair point. I've got a Canon R6 with a 24-70L and a 70-2, whoa. Almost wiped out there. And a 70-200L. This is expensive stuff. Not the most expensive, granted, but still a lot more than what a lot of people can afford to shoot with. So I do get it, but just hear me out. You gotta ask yourself the question, what is the purpose of gear? To be creative, to tell a story, right? And why do you buy more expensive gear? Well, to tell the story better, to make it easier and more efficient for you to be creative. The only reason we have this gear at all is to be creative, to create new things, to tell new stories. And within the past year of me transitioning into doing this full time, I've come to appreciate the creating aspect a lot more than the gear aspect. Another thing that you realize once you start doing jobs for money is that you end up wanting to do the best job possible in the most efficient way possible. And if I can get the exact same quality of work done in a shorter period of time because of better gear, then that's really valuable to me. My hair is all over the place. You're just gonna have to deal with it. But you know what gets, oh, that's way too bright, holy. But you know what gets in the way of being efficient when you're creating? Worrying about your equipment. This equipment is a tool, and I want to use it to the best of its abilities. As a side tangent to this whole thing, recently I've become a lot more interested in camera features that improve the efficiency and improve the ease of use and quality of life over quality bumps. Because look, it's 2023, right? Every camera is good. There's the Canon R50, the Canon R10, these entry-level cameras are still recording really good quality stuff. No matter what camera you're using, the results are gonna look pretty awesome at this point. But one thing that I absolutely love is when a camera can make my life easier. So no, I'm not gentle with my camera gear. Oh my God. Because at the end of the day, it's just a tool, right? It's a tool to do a job. And if I'm worried about it breaking, then that tool is gonna do a worse job for me. My hair is all over the place today.
Your hair looks fine.
There's this one little bit that goes whoop. That being said, I'm not reckless with my gear. Yes, I do some dumb stuff with it, but what you don't see in a video like this is that we've taken the precautions to make sure the gear isn't going to break. There is still that element of risk, but in the end, we are being reckless safely. Does that make sense? Anthony says no. I've dropped my camera bag off a ledge, I've left it in snow, but at the end of the day, I know the limits of my gear and I know that it's going to be okay. Like in the first shot of this video, I knocked my camera over, but what you didn't see is that we did a couple test runs with the tripod falling over first and Anthony was ready to catch it. So yeah, it looked reckless, it looked dangerous, but in the end, we're professionals. We know what we're doing, right?
That's right. I was here the whole time and you didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it. Look, I'm not telling you to throw your camera off a cliff and see what happens, but if you don't push the limits just a little bit every once in a while, you're gonna miss out on some opportunities. That's my video. We're done.
You're on f3.5, is that okay?
That's fine, as long as it's exposed properly.
Okay, it's exposed properly.
Okay, ready? Ready?
Yep.
So, no. I'm not gentle with my camera gear.